Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, I'm Charles.
And we're making a short film about life in the trenches in World War One.
And we're starting here at Sanctuary Wood, Preserved Trenches near Reap. The trenches would usually have been about wide enough for two people to pass through, and they would have been about 7 feet high. But obviously these are filled up through the years and they're not as deep as they would be. A good trench would be about 7 foot deep. So to shoot over, they would need to have a fire step like this, so they could shoot over the top. This is a German artillery piece, and it was one of the great killers of the war.
And they fired a wide variety of shells, ranging from great big ones to small ones, but the intent was the same, to kill. All of the trenches would have had zigzags in them, so if a shell burst in the trench, only the soldiers in one section would be harmed. This is a large dugout used by officers,
people working in communications by day or by night.
And it would have originally been covered by well over a foot of earth and debris.
It would give shelter from the rain and shells. As well as dugouts, there was also underground tunnels which would connect various parts of the trench system.
We're wearing the uniform of First World War soldiers. I'm a British soldier and Charles is a German soldier. Our clothes are made of wool and they're very itchy. Everything I could need is in here.
Jamie's uniform is khaki and mine is a field grey. I'm wearing jack boots and he's wearing puttees. Under this canvas I'm wearing a leather and brass pickelhaube. Like Jamie's, it wouldn't provide much protection.
In 1916 both armies were issued with steel helmets. Mine had a canvas cover for better camouflage.
Both helmets would provide a great deal more protection, but the Germans' was better.
Both armies were issued with greatcoats, which doubled up as an extra layer and a blanket. When they got wet, they became really heavy and uncomfortable.
This is a Mauser K98, which was the basic German rifle.
This is the Lee Enfield Mark III. It's a copy of the Mauser, but much better.
At the beginning of the war, the English were much better shots. The German trenches were much better made and more permanent because, unlike the British, they intended to stay.
During the war, soldiers would have spent from a week to up to 10 days in the trenches at a time, where they ate, slept and lived in general.
Both sides used hand grenades. This is a German stick grenade. It was packed with lots of explosives and produced a big explosion.
This was the Mark V grenade, or the mill bomb. It was very manly. It was in a steel casing which fragmented and ripped people apart.
I'm here at Massines Ridge, where the British have successfully attacked the German trenches. The British are now faced with having to clear the German trenches.
Grenade!
And he throws a grenade into the German area. And the assault man goes in to try and clear. The British attack is successfully finished. But now it's time for both sides to help the wounded, regardless of what army they fight for.
Not only did Christians fight here, but Muslims and Jews did as well.
On every battlefield there's a cemetery built to remember those who died for us. Each soldier is commemorated by name. Here's a guy from the Wiltshire Regiment. He may have come from our own hometowns.
Here is a gravestone of a Jewish soldier. It is exactly the same as every other, apart from the cross is replaced by a Star of David. I'm here at Bedford House War Cemetery near Reap, and among the many hundreds of graves lies Private T.S.H. Peaceful. The famous author Michael Morpurgo was here and was inspired by the irony of Private Peaceful's name. It inspired him to write a book.
A lot of the soldiers found wouldn't have had any identification, so they would have been given a grave like this. This is the grave of a German soldier. He no doubt died as a wounded prisoner of war. The Commonwealth is the only group of nations that allows other nations, let alone enemies, to be buried in our cemeteries. This crater, 273 feet across and 6 feet deep, was created when a mine containing 70,000 pounds of explosive exploded and literally blew away the Germans.
I'm here at Langemark Cemetery, which is one of 6 German cemeteries in the same area as we have 123. There's over 44,000 people buried here, in the size of a rugby pitch, which makes it a mass graveyard. Deep underground in this bunker is a triple-tier bunk, with each bunk for two men. It's very uncomfortable, but at least it's safe from shells. A pillbox built by the Australians under fire of the enemy, and just to prove it, here is an unexploded rifle grenade which has set itself into the wet concrete.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
And action.
As well as bunkers, there were also underground tunnels.
Lucy. Action. You go.
Okay. Alright. And they fired a wide variety of shells, ranging from great big ones to little tiny ones. They... Damn it. Oh, God. Where they ate, slept and lived in general.
So how do you feel?
This is nothing like a Call of Duty.
Just